Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Quarantine Comedy with Lenny Schmidt. So far, look, things started perfectly today. I'm a little worried. This is welcome to the new software. This is it, man. So far, I think we're good. I don't know. I don't know. On my end, everything looks fantastic. So if you guys aren't seeing anything, bad on you. It's good to be here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. This is Lenny Schmidts Quarantine Comedy. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday live on Facebook. I still have an echo in my left ear. It's making me crazy. Live on Facebook. Tune in tonight. Our guest is Roman Murray. He'll be out here in a second. The show is recorded live, or it's on live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 o'clock on Facebook, and then uploaded to YouTube right after that. And I apologize, first of all, Derek Richards' video is not up on YouTube because the number of mistakes that were made audio-wise 2 days ago have to be fixed manually, which is a lot of work. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. All the tech is handled here by the AV department from Westview Middle School in Romeoville, Illinois. And those kids just don't have their shit together. So they really screwed up Monday horribly. So I'm blaming them completely for everything that's happened on Monday. So I need to fix it. It's going to take me a while to get that fixed, get it up on YouTube, and we'll do the best we can to get that going. Also, all the podcasts are up on Spotify now, and by the weekend, I will have all the podcasts caught up from July 6th to now. That's basically how we roll right here. So there's other stuff we've done that are not going up on podcast yet, but everything is put up since the new launch after July 6th is going to be up. So check it out, man. Check out the podcast. Tell your friends, please. Do me a favor. I hope you enjoy the show. If you enjoy the show, if you want to support the show, also the Westview kids are supposed to be on top of the audio and the tech. I'm not already. Hey. Where's the graphic for the thing? All right, there it is. There you go. Look at that. I just yelled at the kids. They got it together. If you want to support Lenny Schmidts Quarantine Comedy, go to Venmo right there at Lenny Schmidt. You can check that out, and you can donate as much money as you want. All the proceeds, if you put Quarantine Comedy in the little description, all the money will go toward the show and to pay for the software I got that isn't working completely perfectly as of yet. So feel free to donate money if you can. We would appreciate it here at Quarantine Comedy. Thanks so much for tuning in again. Let's see what else is going on. Sponsor-wise, I always mention sponsors at the beginning of the show. First of all, we have no sponsors. So there you go. Once again, there are no commercials or sponsors here for the show. So if you, so let's go with this. The sponsors are going to be my new album, Secret Daddy, came out last week. You can get it on all platforms, Spotform, iTunes. All the proceeds from Secret Daddy will go to producing the show and paying for the software on here. I'm trying to talk with an echo in my ear. It's making me absolutely crazy. I should be drinking bourbon like Roman was. This would probably be a lot easier. Also, my Patreon page. Any money that goes to the Patreon page is used to produce and pay for this fancy little mic stand and all the software I got. That's what I have, man. As far as the show goes, the setup goes. So far, things are going relatively well today. I'm very happy. I'm very impressed. What's going on in the news? Here's what's going on in the news. California has become the number one state for corona cases. So, well, you're welcome. Good evening. Thanks for being here. That means we're probably going to be shut down again, I would assume, in the next day or two. I'm looking forward to that because I'm an Uber driver at night. So that means I'll be very busy delivering food to you people that can't go anywhere. I guess wear your mask. Look, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to preface this by saying this before I get yelled at by many people. First of all, wear your mask. Okay, I'm following the rules. You got to wear the mask. That's what they say. I'll do what the professionals say. So wear the mask. I can't believe the masks are working at all. I got to be honest with you, man. Okay? Here's the deal. You walk into a restaurant, you got to have the mask on, and then you sit down and eat, and you got to take it off while you're eating. Okay? And then you put it back on. So you're not contagious when you're sitting, but you're contagious when you're entering the restaurant. I don't understand the mask thing. I don't get it. I've been reading a lot of info the last week, and everybody says the masks are bullshit and they're symbolic. Whatever. If you think the mask is stopping the spread of the disease, you're fucking high. That's all I'm saying. But wear the mask, I guess. Follow the rules. I'm trying to follow the rules. just so they open everything up again. And it'd be nice if ships sailed ever. I don't think ships are ever going to sail again. I'll be honest with you. This is starting to really piss me off. We're not welcome anywhere, by the way. We're not welcome anywhere. Anyway, wear your mask. If you live in California, get ready to be locked down again this weekend because it's going to happen. Whether you think it's going to happen or not, it most definitely is going to happen. Besides that, that's all I got for news. That's it. We're going to get right to the guest. And so far, things are going relatively well. We're going to try to make sure that this keeps going smoothly. I'm going to show you a quick clip of my good friend right here. This is the guy you're going to see in a second. This is my friend. He's a stand-up comic. He's from St. Louis. He's been touring for years. He's a good friend of mine. I think he's one of the best guys I've ever worked with. He's very funny. I love his style. I love his the way he delivers his jokes. Cracks me up. Here's a little taste of our good friend, Mr. Roman Murray.
I like this town, though, man. It's nice, you know. Superficial stuff, everything. I was watching TMZ, the Kardashian. What's the one that just had the baby? They have babies every year. Whose turn is it? The Chloe, yeah. Chloe just bought a baby a $5,000 baby stroller. $5,000. I know she can afford it, but that's a Toyota. Listen, man, if I bought my child a $5,000 baby stroller, my child is going to be in that stroller till he or she is 14 years old. $5,000? Are you kidding me? I can see my son coming to me, hey, Dad, my friend's about to ride their bikes, get to the park. Can I go? Grab your stroller. Get your sippy cup. It's going to be hot out there, too. Get on it.
Folks, that's my good friend, Roman Murray. Let's hear it for him. Give him a round of applause. Roman Murray! Yeah, look at this. Oh, things are going perfectly today. I can't believe there are no mistakes. I'm knocking on wood everywhere you go right now.
You're good, man.
Yeah. I'm impressed with myself. It only took me 4 months to figure this shit out.
Right through the whole thing with the whole, looking for the text on the screen, man. Yeah. You good?
Well, dude, I'm messing around. They're fucking up again. Hey, where's the show title? Get the show title up there. All right, there we go. There you go, man. Yeah, okay, excellent. I like it. Those kids, they're finally paying attention. Those stupid kids.
What's up, man?
How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. It's been happy hour for me for the last 2 hours and 23 minutes.
Told me I didn't know you were gonna pregame for this show. I would have joined you. I actually worked out before this. I feel all healthy. I've narrowed this down to 4 times a week. It was 6. I'm down to 4 now. I'm not. I get shit done now. So yeah, there you go. Well, did you? So you narrowed your drinking down to 4 days a week? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down to weekends. I'm doing weekends now.
Yeah, that's good. That's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first 2 weeks of this, whole thing, man, I was drinking every day. Yeah, I was a mess for the first couple of weeks. I was just shocked when they sent us home, and then the ships are shut down, and I'm sitting here, and dates are disappearing from my calendar, and so scotch started disappearing from my cabinet. And I started drinking a lot, and then finally I had to go. All right, like I got to reel this in, man. I can't be drinking every day, so I cut it down to weekends.
Yeah, that's what happened to me, man. I was a wine guy. And,
yeah, you were always red wine, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was a red wine guy. So someone introduced me back in March, right when I got off the ship. 2 days.
Perfect timing for the quarantine.
Yeah, 2 days after I got off the ship. Someone introduced me to bourbon, and I was like, "Wow, look at this, my new girlfriend." She was so pretty.
Hey, Roman, have you made bourbon? No, I haven't.
Exactly.
Dude, right on.
So I've been but I'm okay with it. I kind of I'm done. I like going running, so I kind of finish early in the evening, and so I'm not messed up overnight.
Oh, good. All right. Well, that helps. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I learned to budget it. Like, I can't not drink, but I can go like, you know what I mean? I can't not
afford that.
No, I go like 4 days. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I gotta drink. I gotta have something. I can't do this. So I finally can get through because I also try to fill my week with shit to do. So like Monday through Friday, I got a lot going on,
Right.
and then just try to take the weekend off, and then so I just tried, and then Sunday like a really hardcore. I do nothing, man. I cooked a big steak this last week, and then just hung
Yeah.
out with the kids, and that was it.
Yeah, I did the same thing Sunday. I made the first homemade pizza. I mean, made the whole dough. I did everything. Turned out great. I hate when I make stuff like that when I'm home because I know I'm gonna eat it very soon again. It's like, oh, that's good. Let's make that again. So
I know,
that's
dude. Well,
yeah.
dude, with good like the steak. Anytime I make the steak on Sunday, I've learned that I know I'm gonna have steak and eggs for breakfast the next morning because that's all I'm thinking about when I get up. I'm like, I got that fillet in there and a
Yeah,
couple of eggs.
exactly.
It'd be really good with some eggs and potatoes right now. So I
This
got to.
this has been like, and this has been as far as like how you go about your daily routine. This has been such a shift, you know,
Yeah.
and it's better. April was weird. Out of all of this, the
Yeah.
month of April was just it was like no other month. Like May changed. The month of May came, things changed. And then
Right.
June, and with all the everything that happened, and everything that was going on socially. But April was just like no one in the streets,
Right.
no stores, no. It was just like April was just sat there.
Yeah.
It was strange. It just sat there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think people are
So
started to. I don't know. I don't want to say they settle in, but they're getting used to the. Like I was out last night delivering food, dude. I was in Westwood, right by UCLA, in that whole little area
yeah.
there.
Right.
Dude, it's like a ghost town. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm doing? I'm taking pictures when I go out in certain areas like Westwood. Dude, I've
Right.
never seen that place empty. You know what I mean? It is always hopping with students and chaos and all kinds of shit going on at night. Shows and coffee shops, and it was nothing. So I think people might I want to say people might be getting used to not going certain places, but
Mm-hmm.
it only seems like certain people because there's bars by my house that are packed constantly every night. And I'm waiting for the shutdown. We're gonna get shut down this weekend, bro. I know we are. You know what I
You think
mean?
so?
They've been talking about it every day, and we had 1,200 more cases today, and which are, and I don't know how. Again, I think I'm a big believer in the numbers wrong, and I don't know what the hell they're doing, and I don't know who to believe. But all I know is that things aren't good in California right now, and I'm sure he's going to close it down for the weekend.
Yeah, and there it is Wednesday, and these things are spiking in the middle of the week. So he's
Yeah.
gonna try to nip it weekend. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know, man. We'll see what happens. I don't know how you holding up, man. Where you at? Are you down in Long Beach or are you up here?
yeah. I'm down in Long Beach, man, down here.
Okay.
Yeah, so just hanging out and just trying to stay safe. Is as far as me going out, man, it's just I run the beach, but as far as I go, pretty
Yeah,
much.
just as far as you go. Which is a
That
lot
in the
going on.
grocery store, and that is just like, man, it's like walking around there. It's like, it's weird,
Yeah.
going down an aisle, you see someone coming towards you, almost, you don't know what to do. They're going to climb on top of the counter to get away from you, or you're going to do it, Spider-Man shit going on right now in the grocery store.
Dude, it's just Spider-Man. People hanging up on the wall. Looking.
Right.
Are you done by the? Wrap it up with those tomatoes, will you? I need a cucumber. I can't be up all night.
Right. Hilarious, yeah, right. So you don't know what to do, man. So I kind of, I don't know. I mean, I'm over 50. I don't know what's going on. And, it's a new what they say. It's a new fact every day. So
Yeah, there's some sort of
yeah,
new. I have a friend that's really in touch and reads everything, and we had drinks the other night. She came over and we had social distance drinks. You know what I mean? Where she did say
right.
8 feet away from me, and she knows here's information I didn't even hear of. She comes up with shit. She's like, well, you can get this like 4 times now, and the fourth time it's really bad. And I go, wait, I never read that. Who you? Where are you getting your information? The problem is, I think some people are getting their information from opinion sites. You know what I mean? So they'll read. They'll go, I heard your face turns purple when you get it for the 7th time. I'm like, whoa, wait, what? There's a 7th time? I don't know what any of that means.
It's just people are just they're creating their own philosophies, and they're grabbing on, they're holding on to their own theories, and I mean, I heard someone quote the funnies, the Sunday funnies, in the papers, and it made it to be true. I'm like, come on, that's Mr. Bailey, that's Bailey talking.
Like, dude, did you get that from Marmaduke? Are you getting your news from Marmaduke now? That's bullshit.
Right, you're like, come on, man. Let's narrow it down here.
Yeah,
I understand. We all have our opinions, but let's keep it. Let's have it not. I don't know. I'll be glad when we can find the new normal and get to it, and because I'm ready to get whatever it is, I'm ready to get at it.
Yeah,
so.
Dude, what have you been doing? Have you been doing any shows or doing anything anywhere, or Zoom shows or touring or?
Just writing, just trying to stay. So when my feet hit the ground, I wanted to hit the, I wanted to grip, and I wanted to go. So I just keep up with the writing. And it's not so much. I remember April and May, I was writing a lot of stuff that was going on. So I kind of gotten away from that again, which is really good. You gotten back to the actual jokes. You're not hitting on, because that can bombard you. As far as that, because that's what's going on. So that's what's on your mind. That's what's on the news. That's what you're reading. So I kind of stepped. I only watch the news now on Thursdays and Fridays. I only watch the news.
You've got a whole schedule. You drink 4 days a week. You watch the news on Thursday and Friday. You got a flow chart hanging on your fridge, and you know exactly.
They repeat it.
Yeah, it's
Monday
the same
through Thursday,
story.
they repeat it. So come Thursday, they got some, they're better, So Thursday, Friday, I watch it, and on the weekend I don't, and then I'll jump right back in, and then Monday I'll watch on Monday. To see what happened over the weekend, and then I jump off of it again.
Well, that's old school news cycle stuff. You know what I mean? That's the way it used to be. You used to get your news on a cycle. You get it Friday, and then you get it Monday, and then you're caught up. Maybe Thursday would touch up the week, but for the most part, you know what I mean? That was it. And now there's no such thing as breaking news anymore. That's bullshit. That's been gone forever. Every time they're like, breaking news, I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? I got to know what's going on. And they'll go, COVID's ravaging America. I'm like, no shit, really? It's like 4 months of thanks for that backstory, you jerks.
Streaming can fry your brain now, man.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You hear this stuff repeatedly. You're just like, God, man, I just constantly. So I just step away from it, and I don't listen to the repetitions of it. Repetitions of just the words of it. It's just ridiculous, man.
Right. Plus, most of it is. A lot of it now it's also political all week too, which is that's fine if you want to watch that, that's fine. But a lot of times I want to know what's going on with the disease and the CDC, and you know what I mean. I want to know some rules. You don't have to tell me the guy with the orange hair is stupid. I got it. I understand you don't like him. Let's move on to an important. You know what I mean? I don't need. It's all opinion based shit anyway. So it's all you know what I mean. So you can't get that.
I step away from it. I watch Pit Masters. That's one of my favorite shows.
The best.
Oh my God, Pit Masters.
Dude, cooking shows are killing me right now.
Oh my God. And like I'm doing a lot of that here at home. Like my daughter's 15, so we'll go through cookbooks and we'll find ingredients, and then we'll go to the store and get the ingredients, and we come home and we do it. That's how the pizza came about. The homemade pizza came up. Yeah, we're just doing stuff like that. So Pitmasters, that has to be one of my favorite shows, man. And those guys, just to hear the guy from Georgia talking with that country twang.
Yeah.
And whatever he describes is just going to sound good.
I don't even understand what he's saying. He can hand me a plate of it and I'd eat it.
Oh my God. marinate them for 2 days, and then I put them on the grill, and then he can describe. He can make it sound hard. He can. Then I soak them in moose piss, and put them on there, and it came out
Yeah.
succulent. And I'll be, oh my
You're
goodness, I
standing with
gotta
a
taste
plate.
me some
Going, can I have
moose
some of that? Moose piss soaked ribs would be
Yes.
fucking great right now.
piss. He just made it sound.
You
so
made those sound
good.
delicious. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
you
moose
dry
tip.
rub them with some shit, and you throw in just a little bit of the little drizzle of moose piss on top, and let it sit outside for 17 days, and then they eat it. And you're like, fuck yeah, you eat it. Yeah, I'm in.
And the meat just peel off of it. The meat just,
Yeah, it
just
just-
rolls right out
it
the
just
bone. And put moose on it.
It's killing me, man. I watched that, and I watched that Beat Bobby Flay. I watch that all the time.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah,
good
and
one.
my kids like it, and my daughter's a big cook. My oldest is a big cook, so we'll do the same thing like you and your daughter will do. Is we'll pick, like I did a cauliflower crust pizza a few weeks ago, which is fucking involved. Man, that's involved. That's a lot of work to make
Yeah.
the crust. You know what I mean?
It
But,
is.
uh,
It is.
Yeah, and then we did pasta from scratch.
Got
But
to
we
shave it off.
Yeah, and then you got to squeeze the water out. I mean, it takes, you know what I mean? We made the pizza was ready like 1 in the morning. I start, you know what I mean? It took me all night to make it. And I go, it was good, but it was just, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But we'll do that, and we'll constantly, then we'll make something, and we'll get it going. But we keep watching. They go, you should be on Beat Bobby Flay, Dad. You could beat Bobby Flay. And I'm like, no, I cannot beat Bobby Flay. I don't know what you're thinking. I can maybe hold my own with an amateur chef, but Bobby Flay would destroy me.
But you know what, man? It's just something. I like the show, but it's something about a mean cook.
Like Gordon
You know,
Ramsay
it's just
mean or Bob?
Just like, okay, it doesn't taste to your liking. Don't, don't put the bullets in the barrel on me. He gets. He'll get a little man. He gets so personal. He bring up your social security number. You're like, oh
Yeah.
my God, this dude is personal.
hey, 741192237. Hell's wrong with you? Whoa. Is that my social security number? Yeah, your PIN is 1149. Hey, Bobby, Jesus, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's crunchy rice. How many times are you gonna make crunchy rice? You make it with everything.
Yeah.
Those guys,
So it's
chefs
just
are always like that, dude. When I worked in restaurants before I did stand up, every chef was
Yeah.
an asshole. Like everyone was just
Oh,
this
really?
curmudgeon. Yeah, they're not. I knew one chef that was a nice, pleasant person. Every the other ones were really uptight and cranky, and they were pissed. And especially the older they were.
Was
The
that
older
the
were they-
reason that they were good?
I don't know. I don't. They have this attitude, man. Like if you watch, I watch Chopped too, and
Yeah.
those are all usually those are all chefs on there. Each of those four,
Right.
unless they have a specialty show or whatever. But they'll bring 4 chefs, and every once in a while you get a chef with an attitude that comes out there. And you know who's really defined is that guy Scott. He's a judge on Chopped. I can't remember his last
Right.
name off the top of my head, but that guy's real because he'll stop you. He'll go, well, this was a little dry, and the guy will go, well, I thought maybe it would be. Scott would go, excuse me, I'm not done. It's dry and it's
Oh, my
flaky.
goodness.
Don't interrupt me when I'm talking. I mean, he's one of those guys. Oh, dude, what happened?
I don't know.
I don't know if that was me or power or what. All my power just went out. Oh man, that's not cool. If you guys are still there, hey, I'm back. Yeah, we got kicked off. Everybody said we're back. Okay, good. I don't know why that got weird, but it did. So thanks for still being here. Are we really live? Yeah, we're live. Hi, everybody. All right, Roman, I'm going to do a quick check-in with everybody that's on the Facebook page. Let's see how the sound is right now on this. Oh, great. The sound is still messed up. Maybe it's me on my end. Hey, it'll be okay. Everyone's so cool checking out, watching the show. We have a lot of viewers, man. Hey, guys, I'm blaming everything on the kids. Whatever, this is the Westview kids. Let me make sure that you guys can hear me correctly, man. Are you guys, can everybody hear me fine as far as the Facebook goes? that? Test. Yeah. Check. It looks like we're okay. Yeah, they can see. Okay. I'm glad you can see and hear me okay. My sound is all whacked out. All right, Roman.
I can hear you perfectly.
All right, man. Well, they can see and hear us, man. I think we're good. Let's just keep. Yeah, I guess we're good. I don't know what happened there. Dude, everything's just shut down at my house. I don't know if that happened in other places.
Where are
I don't
you
know
in
what the
Santa?
deal was. Say what?
Where are you in Santa Monica? Where are you?
Where am I? I'm in Sherman Oaks.
Sherman Oaks. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, my sound is all messed up. I'm gonna try this really quick. I should have known this was gonna happen. Check. Huh? That's not bad. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Still happy hour.
Dude, see, I should have been drinking. I'd be a lot happier. All right, guys, thanks for staying. I apologize. I had some sort of audio surge over here at my place. Check, test. Looks like I'm okay. Looks like we're good. Let me double check my audio. You know what? While we're doing this, I wanted to do this anyway. Let's do another. Let's take another clip of Roman, man. I got another Roman clip here. We're gonna play this real quick. Yeah, you pour yourself another drink, and I'm gonna play another clip of you. Although I wanted to play this clip because, dude, this is one of the ones that I found that was before the weight loss. I didn't realize how many clips there are out there of you, and this isn't even the biggest one. This one's pretty big, but I'm gonna play this. This is my good friend Roman lost a tremendous amount of weight. So let's play this now. This is my good friend, you know him, Roman Murray, who we've been talking to him. Let's give it a shot. It's a great clip. Dude, I had to play that. There's one I didn't have time to load it, where you are enormous. I mean, you are just giant.
I was a big guy, man.
Dude, you were huge. I wanted to do it before and after.
It scared me, man. It was
Dude.
I had fun for that whatever time I was standing up there, but after that, boy, I was frightened. It's like, man, this is too big. I'm breathing too heavy. That was 3 steps. All kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, you got winded walking up to the stage. That's 3 steps, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That you know, but you know, it's hard to watch those now, Lenny. You know, it really is. You know, it's hard because I knew where I was mentally when I see that stuff. You know, so it's kind of hard to sit and watch it. But you know, I'll admit this is the first time that I actually sat and watched it. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh, right on. That's good. All right.
Yeah, before this actual moment, you know, it's just I've always been like, oh man, that's because I knew where I was mentally, so it kind of takes me back there mentally, because that was a real struggle, that weight and everything, real struggle, and to struggle like that and stand in front of a room full of folks, that's extra, you know, that's a little extra, you know, so that's not like, you know, being, you know, having that type of anxiety and kind of moving in silence, you know, having a regular 9 to 5, you know, that's standing in front of people having that anxiety. So that was a little extra. So when I see those things, you know, it takes me back to that. But like I said, this is the first time I've actually watched that bother me like it used to bother me. So we've made a breakthrough. So how cool is it?
Dude, I can't believe the transformation you made just physically, and I guess mentally, man. You're like in a different place mentally.
Here's the thing with that, Lenny. Yesterday, July 21st, was the day that I started my journey as far as the diet.
Oh, no way.
Yesterday was the day.
How long
July
ago?
21st, 2016.
2016. So 4 years. 4 years.
Yeah.
Man.
4 years, yeah. So that was the day that I started, was yesterday.
How much have you lost total in 4 years?
I was 365. Wow. And my highest weight, I'm 190 now.
Wow.
Yeah. And that all came from just being, just like I said, just having anxieties, being on stage, and a lot of folks didn't know that, just being on stage and having anxiety of you know, I was sitting, we did those ships, we'd be on the ships, and it would be nights I would stay up all night long because I was, scared to go to sleep because I felt like I was going to wake up in the morning. That's how the weight was affecting me.
Wow,
That's how
right.
the anxiety messing with me. So that with that thought, I still had to go on stage and get my head right, and kind of forge through that. But even between, it got to the point where uh, between jokes of laughter, I would think of demise, come morning. So it just got to the point where I was like, I got to do something about how I feel. So it wasn't about the weight. It was about how I felt. You know
Right,
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
So, well, I remember I lost like 100 pounds, and before I even knew I lost 100 pounds, people used to ask me, how much have you lost? And I go, I don't know, because that was never the goal of losing weight.
Right.
It was feeling better.
Yeah.
So I felt bad. I never stepped on a scale to say, "Hey, I weighed this." So it was like it was so long. I didn't know what I weighed until I went to the doctor, and I had to get it. I just get my annual exam, and they go, "Oh, you weigh this," and I go, "Oh, wow, I weighed that," because I never stepped on a scale. That was never my interest. It was just feeling better.
Right.
That's what it was.
Dude, I always teach, I try to tell my daughters this, which is tough. And you have a 15-year-old daughter. It's really tough with girls, man, teenage girls, and the
Yeah,
whole weight issue and
yeah,
all that shit. But one of the things I try to push with the girls too is exactly what you just said. It's not about losing weight. It's about being healthy and feeling healthy. You know,
hmm
this is a big thing. So like my big thing, I do that intermittent fasting thing, and I feel fantastic. I feel better. I really when I eat a lot, I feel like crap. Or when I eat
right,
like bad food now, like fast food. Like I was just telling my daughter last, I do Uber Eats at night, and late at night I break down. I've been buying cheeseburgers at like midnight. You know what I mean? Drive around delivering food. And I'm like, I feel like shit.
right.
I'm like, why do I feel like shit? They go, well, it's because I'm eating cheeseburgers at midnight every night. You know what I mean? You don't realize you put that crap in your body. It's just you don't feel good. So it comes down to it has a lot to do with the way you feel. It has nothing to do with your weight.
Now, keep in mind, now I'm at a point now where now 4 days a week I go run 5 miles a day. I enjoy running. It clears my head. I do it first thing in the morning. I love it. I really do. And
There's
that's
a
what I
picture.
do. But
There's another picture right
I,
there.
yeah, I know, right?
That's the one I was
I
talking
still,
about. I couldn't get going.
yeah, and that was maybe about three. That was maybe about 365, 370 right there.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And even during those times, man, it was just like, I look that guy looks like my older brother.
Yeah. You
He looks like
it
my
looks
old.
like you in a suit. You look like it looks like you in a
Yeah,
fat suit. You know what I mean? Where it's like your
yeah.
face.
So it was a mindset thing. So it's just like now I eat what I want to eat. I still eat what I want to eat, but I just don't eat as much as I want to eat. I still eat pizza. Like I
Yeah.
said, I made the pizza. I still
Yep.
eat burgers. I eat fries. I eat all this stuff, but it's just like I pinch eat it now.
Yeah.
So but I and yeah, I
Everything
don't
in
starve
moderation,
myself.
bro. Everything in moderation. You don't go to
But you
the
know
you
what?
know.
As far as stand up though, when I was a big guy, it took me about three. I'll tell you, it took me about maybe about 3 to 4 months to. I couldn't figure out the timing of the jokes that I was doing when I was bigger doing the jokes. And I couldn't get the timing down when I got smaller. So for about, like I said, about 3 or 4 months, I couldn't figure out. I go, what the hell, man? It's like, I know the response, that response for them, from that joke is consistent. Why am I not getting that? What's going on? And what happened was when I was bigger, I had jokes that when I would maneuver on stage with that weight, it would add to the joke. You know what I mean? So whatever I was saying, if I move my body a certain way, it added to the joke. So I was still trying to do that once I got smaller, but I wasn't getting that same response because it was a different joke. I wasn't big. I wasn't. Yeah. So it took me a minute to kind of jump on it and go, why am I not getting what the hell is going? It was frustrating me for months, you know. And I go, oh, I gotta drop that shit. I gotta leave it alone. I gotta push it out. It's done. I can't do that anymore. And once I did that, you know, it was several things I had to do that I had to push out that, you know, that went over better when I was, you know, when I was a bigger guy.
Right.
Than when I was a smaller guy. I go, okay, I gotta drop those. I gotta change them. I can reword. It was like a few of them I can reword them, and I did that. But a majority of them, I just had to drop them and let them go. Yeah.
When something happens, when you go through a physical change, it's amazing how people perceive you differently on stage on who you are at 350 and 190. You know what I mean? People just have I don't know if it's a preconceived thing or they expect something, but they look at you differently when you're on stage. And that's not even talking about material wise. Like, I'm not even talking about big guy jokes or heavy guy jokes or like I've lost some weight. I haven't lost anywhere near what you lost. I lost maybe about 65 pounds in the last few years.
I've been around you and seen seen the trend.
But there's a couple jokes I do about being a big guy, or I'll make a reference about being fat, and then afterwards I've had people go, you know, you're really not fat, and I go, oh yeah, I have a habit of throwing that out there, and it takes a while to break the habit of doing it, and it's not, so that's one part of it. I mean, you didn't have a ton, if I recall, you didn't have a ton of I'm a big guy jokes anyway, right?
Right.
You just, I mean, you basically had your style in the material. But it's really funny and interesting to see how how people adapted to the material differently, even though it had nothing to do with your weight, the joke itself. Yeah.
Right.
They just have a preconceived notion of who you are.
It was so weird. It's like it was something that the audience didn't know anything about, but it was something I had to adjust to. And it took me back to almost open mic. Open mic, you're figuring things out in open mic. So it's like, I had to go back to the complete basic of going, okay, what is the problem? I had to really sit down in a quiet room because this was going on too long. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, it's stuff that worked is not working and I'm wording it the same way. So what is it?
Right.
You know, I had to sit down like that, you know, so that takes a little extra, you know, to do by yourself. You don't have a writer. You're the writer. You know what I mean? Exactly, so you don't have a guy sitting in the room with you. You know, you're the guy. So that took a minute, man. And it took a lot of frustration. And it took that ship life too, man. You know, your whole day is to yourself. So I'm up all night. And the show won't let me go to sleep. You know, it's like I'm sleepy, but the show won't let me go to sleep.
Yeah,
you know, whatever that. You know, so
that night of sleep.
And I don't sleep during the day. That's hard to sleep during the day. You know, you still got stuff to do during the day. So it throws a lot of things off when you're off your game.
Right.
You know, so, and you know that. You know,
yeah. Well, you're also one of those guys that you tape and listen to your shows, right? Don't you tape and listen? Yeah, which completely helps. It helps when you're reinventing yourself on that format. Like I did a similar reinvention, but different, where I went from being a happily married guy doing jokes about being in a family to being divorced. And you reinvent your persona on so many different ways.
Right.
And the only way to do that is because also it's funny because I wish I could think of an example. I were jokes I do about going to couples therapy, and I have to change them to post-divorce as opposed to in divorce or being married. Do you know what I'm saying? And the crowd the audience will perceive them differently based on whether or not you're divorced or you're married. Like if you tell,
Right.
if you say something about your ex-wife, people almost acknowledge the fact you're going to say something about your ex-wife. But you say something about your wife, and the crowd right away is like, "Ooh, that's not cool." And and then women. First of all, women are pissed, which is always the number one rule of comedy is not to piss the women off, because then you lose the whole room. Period. You know what I mean? And because the guys aren't going to laugh if she's looking at him and he's, well, you're right. He's an asshole. This guy's an asshole.
You know it. You know that.
Yeah.
And yeah. So you have to keep that in mind too when you're gonna make those side references, because yeah, he wants to laugh because you're talking to him, but yeah, he's gonna hold it back if
Yeah,
you're
he's
gonna
not
get
going to
him
say
in
much.
trouble.
He's going to be quiet.
That's what I would do. So
All right, man. I want to say hello to some people that are here. Manny Oliveira is here. I just say hello when people tune in, man. Manny Oliveira is here. Kim Millwalter is here.
give me.
Bob Brizendine is here. We got all kinds of people, and of course, the people that tune in all the time are always here. My good friends, the Runyons, are both here. Brenda Runyon, Alex is here. Alex timed in. The Mulligans, Vince and Tammy, both here, and my bud Howard Chester's here, and Larry Warden's here. So many people tuning. Man, we're having a good little turnout tonight. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Sorry about the crash.
Billy, how you doing, sweetheart? I haven't, man. It's so strange, man. We haven't, we just haven't worked together, but it has. Like even guys that like I rarely came out the room. Guys I knew. I knew you. I knew a handful of guys that you just come out the room. Hey, we're going to lunch.
Right.
You know what I mean? And even when you didn't go to lunch with guys, it was nothing against them. It was just guys that you just kind of just had the right energy with. People that you had the
Right.
right energy with. And that's all it was. It was just the right energy.
Yeah, that's usually
And we would go, we hang out and lunch, but man, it's so strange now. Like we just it's a new routine that's coming that you don't know about yet. That it's just like even people I didn't hang out with now, I like miss them. It's strange. It's I didn't even hang out with them. I like miss them now. It's like wow.
You're like, boy, I would love to be annoyed by that one guy. That would be great.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like I'll sit around and eat a sandwich, just be annoyed by this person right now, and just be.
Well, I always went crazy by test. Oh. I always went. It always drove me crazy when I have a hard time sometimes hanging with guys that are on all the time. You know what I mean? They're constant.
But that's
Like there's a couple of guys I've worked with where they'll get on the. You know how you like in say Orlando when you're getting on in Orlando. And you go to get on the bus that takes you to the ship.
Yeah.
I get on the bus. Somebody will be like, "Hey, the comics are here," and I'm like, "Oh shit, don't do that, man. I don't want to. It's a 45-minute bus ride."
It was so strange, Lenny, that I was so unassuming, and I didn't know how I was like that. But I was like that. I was like, I can get in the middle of people, and they didn't know I was that guy that was entertaining them that evening.
Yeah.
And then, like, come after the show, they come up and oh, you were the guy on the bus. It's like, oh, you were sitting back there so quiet. I was like, I'm just so unassuming.
Yeah. No, I'm like you, bro.
I like that trait, because I don't have to be on. You know what I mean? I just. Yeah, comics, a lot of road comics are like that,
Right.
It's like people that, we start out on the road. We know that this is, I'm not going to give you anything for free. So I don't need to, I can suppress the energy that I need later. So I don't need to display that. So it's just, and then we're older, so it's just like, yeah, you're older. So it's just like, the hole that I have on my energy now, Lenny, is I can write a book on it.
Yeah.
I really, my energy is just so placed now that it allows at the end of the day, it allows energy.
Yeah.
I compartmentalize over these last few months of how to live by myself
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's all,
mentally.
it's it's a new world order now, man. But and who knows
Mm-hmm.
where this is going, what's going to happen. So,
Right.
but you
Exactly.
always you come across, and especially your energy. You're very present. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? You're very in the moment. Like that's one of the things that probably saved my life was I got into the whole the power of now, being present, Buddhism, reading books and shit like that.
Yeah.
And my energy is very. Usually, it can be like really here, and you're one of those guys who just kind of you're there, and
Yeah.
that's good.
I'm so far from the religion, but the spirit
Yeah.
of finding what the meaning of the purpose is.
Yep.
That's I'm so into that. You know, what I mean, I read up on it, really, I mean, I go to blogs about it. I'm so interested in stuff like, in in I'm so interested in enlightening yourself
Right.
and finding your true purpose, and I don't care how old you are, and there are people who are in their 60s haven't found their purpose yet, and they're
Well, the
still
journey
searching for
never ends, bro.
it. Nothing wrong with searching for it.
That's a
I
lifelong
think that's
journey.
the yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
fun part. Searching
Yeah.
is
I
yeah,
try. It's something I
searching.
try to teach the kids. I got Lily reading The Good Earth right now. It's another book, which is kind of like a
Okay.
teen version of The Power of Now. And I really try to push it with the girls, because dude, it's so tough. Your 15-year-old, is she living with you there in Long Beach?
Yes.
Okay, dude, it is so hard to be a teenager these days. I don't know how these kids do it, especially to be a girl. This peer
Hmm.
pressure. I mean, we had it when we were a kid, but now, dude, you get peer pressured at home in the middle of the night on your phone. You know what I mean? This pressure that these kids have to deal with that is
Yeah.
just insane. It's brutal. So I try to push, and first of all, they listen a little because they're teenagers and they're still going to go through the teenage hormone shit. But I really
Yeah.
try to push the whole, just take a breath. They got me into this music on this stuff on YouTube. The listening to the Zen music on
Yeah.
YouTube, and I listen to that, dude. 8 hours a day, I'm listening to that stuff. All kinds of different, just being in the. I listen when I go to bed. I listen when I drive, and it's just as. And they got me into that, and they listen to that, and that really encouraged me because for teenage girls to just be able to step back and go, I need to take a moment and just kind of clear my head.
But you know what, Lenny? I think the scariest part about having a teenage girl is the fact that uh, ultimately they are not gonna do it your way.
Right, right. No,
They're
they're gonna
gonna
do
do
it
it.
anyway.
They're gonna do it their way, and whatever they figure out how to do it their way, that's what's scary to the father. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
like because it's your So is if your son, he's like, okay, my son's tough. He can, even if it's a failure, he can get through it because, he can come to me, we'll talk about it. But when it's your daughter, it's a different thing. So, um, you just have to realize they are going to do it their way, and
right.
that's the scary shit to the father.
Well, it is scary to a point, but I don't know if being the dad thing is the one of the things that I think I've done really well in my life. Like dad, stand up, and cooking. Those three things I'm pretty good at. Everything else I'm a
Right.
complete train wreck. But
Exactly.
those three things, and
We
I
have
can
the
live with that.
same three.
Yeah, I can live
we
with
have
those
the
three. I'm cool. Okay, I can live with those three.
We have the
That's fine.
same three. That's
Perfect.
shitty.
That's fine. That's it. I can make anything. I can do stand up, and I'm very happy about the dad thing. So
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
somewhat confident about the path my daughters are on because I got
Yeah.
my oldest she'll be 19 now, dude. I couldn't be. She blows me away on a daily basis. I can't believe how she's got her shit together. I was an idiot at 19. This kid, she's in college. She's straight A. She works 8 hours, comes home. She cooks brownies. She goes to bed. She gets up. She does yoga. She cleans her room. I mean, I'm looking at her going, man, you are not my kid because I am.
Yeah.
You're way better than I ever was. So whatever decision process she makes, I kind of feel good about it. And the younger one now lives with me, so I'm feeling a little better about that because I can see her every day. You know what I mean? And but I'm home
Oh
too,
goodness, that's great, man.
so being
Oh my,
home makes a difference. But we'll see what
yeah.
happens when I start traveling again. Hopefully.
So I remember you telling me that they were going to school out that way.
Well, Anna's going to college here with me, and up until just recently, I mentioned this on the show. Lily lived in Chicago, and she came
Yeah.
out here to stay. She had 2 more years in high school. She came out here to stay during the COVID thing, and I've been pushing for her to just move back here and live with me. And
Right.
my ex finally, we signed the papers and filed it with the court 2 weeks ago. So Lily now stays here and goes to school here in the valley. Yeah, so I couldn't be happier, dude. I got both girls here, So
And
we're looking. Yeah, it's. I feel really good having the youngest here. So because she's
and
like, she loves to talk about life and where she's headed, and I'll have those conversations with her all day, bro.
yeah,
I like to listen to her. You know.
and then during this time right here, it's just like to have it right there. Oh my goodness, man, that's you can't beat that.
Yeah.
You really can't. You really can't beat that.
Yeah, this whole quarantine thing has been the good thing about it is the time I got to spend with them, and even better. And I've said this before: the two of them, they're like best friends now. I mean, they're tight. Yeah, and
Yeah,
that is the best thing to watch. Is they're
yeah,
most of the time they want to get rid of me. They're always like, don't you want to go do Uber Eats tonight? And I'm like, yeah, I guess
right.
I'll go out. Thanks. And they have the house to themselves and they hang out and
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm really happy with the way that part of this quarantine thing has worked out. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen work wise in 6 months, but as far as that goes, that's all pretty good.
yeah. I really believe that, man. It's like what's going on now with family and stuff like that, and what makes you happy with family. I just really believe that work is gonna kick in. Work is gonna kick in. I really believe that, man.
Yeah.
I just do. Oh,
Well,
and
I do, man. I think money always takes care of itself. You get into a
yeah,
pattern, and like things. I had a pretty good. I was having a pretty good run there. And then this thing happened. And we're all home for 4 months, and you look at the world. But it's 4 months later, and I'm alive, and this is it's things like this that make you realize there's things that are more important than work and money.
yeah,
You know what I mean? If the shit at the fan, I still got the family, and we're getting along really well. There's some families going through some hard times right now. You know.
yeah. That's very important. That you know everyone is getting along. Everyone is is getting by, and it's not because I was reading statistics. What they was talking about what the domestic violence was up, the percentage was up.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
people they're around each other.
Right.
It's just like no one's going to work. So now you're sitting, the other person's in the other room or sitting in the same room with you. You really got to deal with them. So
Yeah.
it's,
That little break of I can't wait for them to go to work is not there
right,
anymore. Yeah.
right.
I feel horrible for somebody locked in that situation.
Yeah. So it's been trying times for across the board. So like I said, the new normal is coming, but no one knows it yet.
Yeah.
But
Right. Yeah. That's true.
folks are force it, but you can't force this. You have to wait and see what it is, and then you jump on board and make it your own, and make it work for you, and then that's just how it works.
You just
I just
adjust. Everybody adjusts, man. You know.
yeah, that's what it is. That's the perfect word. It's adjustment.
Yeah.
You'll be okay once you can adjust to it. But I try to make sure. I remember like in April, like I said, I got off the ship March 8th. That was when I got off. That was my last show. Was March 7th. The night of March 7th was my last show.
Yeah.
So, I actually when I go running, I listen to the act because I forget.
Oh yeah, I
You know what I
do.
mean?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, I
huge thing
forget
now.
those. You know what I mean? Because I remember being out there and not being on stage for like a week and then going them back on and having to adjust for that week.
Yeah.
You know, just being like, okay, it's been a week, and I gotta kind of get the timing down, and to go months of not doing it.
Yeah, right.
It's scary and exciting
Yeah,
at the
that's it. It
same.
is. There's a certain energy with that whole. Like Russ Nagel was on last week, and we were talking about how we do 5 different shows on Carnival, and he was like, if they hired me right now, there's no way I could do 5 different shows.
No
There's
way.
there's
I
no
would
possible way.
I wouldn't know what to do.
No, I'd have to work my way back into you know what I mean,
Oh my
4, and then maybe what I mean. It'd be
man,
3, and I have to definitely. When
Lenny.
I started doing recently, I started listening to tapes of shows and then writing them. So I'm writing my act in long form or whatever,
Yeah,
long script. You know what I mean? To kind
yeah.
of just to get it in my head and log the jokes and write them down and do something.
Lenny, listen to me when I say this to you. I am so happy to hear you say that. Because when you're sitting by yourself, you feel like you're the only one going through something like that.
Yeah,
You
right.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
To know someone else is going through that is comforting.
Yeah,
I'm,
no,
I'm
well,
sorry that you go through that, but it's comforting that you're having that struggle with
it
me.
is. Well, it's not just me and you, brother. Every comic I've had
Yeah,
on the show that's doing especially the ship guys, because with ship
yeah,
guys we rotate different shows. It's different if you just
yeah.
do
We don't
clubs, you know.
repeat. We don't.
Yeah,
We don't. We give it to them. We don't repeat them.
right.
So in every show, and keep in mind we're not starting off with the best show and then working down.
Right. Yeah.
We're
Right. Yeah.
we're working from the least
Yeah.
to the best.
Yeah.
So to get back to that is a little extra. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But we know we can do it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward
It
to
just
it.
Yeah, it just takes time, but we know
Yeah.
it's there. We have the stuff, we have the goods, but it's just remembering where to place it.
Yeah. Right.
That's
Well,
what it.
that's why
That's
the writing thing helps because it just keeps your mind fresh. I guess I
right.
don't know. I got club dates coming up. Like October, I have a couple weeks of club dates. So
Okay.
um, I should get out. I mean, coming up. That's so sad. October. That's 3 months away. I'm
I'm
all
gonna do
excited.
something. I know in September. I'm gonna try in August, but I'm sure it'll happen in September. So that's how I'm pushing towards. You never. Everyone's trying to kind of get back in it. So I know I'm in line.
Yeah.
Per
Yeah. Yeah.
se.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Yeah. It's the other thing. It's tough, dude. There's not. You think stage time was tough before? You know what I
yeah.
mean? Now nobody's working. Everybody's home. Very few
Yeah.
people on the road right now. So
But I look at that too as here you are, you know, okay, club owners are not looking at a guy that say, okay, can I bring this guy in and he can sell out the room? No, only the half the
yeah,
room needs to be sold
I can
out
sell
now.
out a room at 30%, man. Yeah,
Exactly. So
that's
go
right in
ahead
my
and bring me.
wheelhouse.
Yeah, so go ahead and bring me in. So when we get back on track, you saw what I can do in that one spot you put me in.
Right.
I got more.
Plus, the
You
money's going to
know,
come down. You know what I mean? So a lot of these guys that were getting big door deals and stuff,
yeah.
those days. Hey, John Westling's here. I'm sorry, John Westling's
Hey
just signed in, man.
Johnny,
John
love that.
Westling, how are you, buddy?
That's
Um,
my favorite.
but the money's going to come down on a couple of levels. One is whatever they're paying. Like I'm one of those guys. There's a handful of rooms, like I draw in and I make okay money in. Everything else is I'm just another comic. You know what I mean? If you have clubs like that, who's headlining this week, blah blah blah, whatever. But those guys that got door deals and would fill the room, I don't know what they're going to do because they're not going to get that money anymore.
Yeah, it's like I was thinking that too. It's just like, what happens to the bonus?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the bonus is out the door right now.
Yeah, there's
You
no bonus.
know,
No.
selling out the third show or fourth show, whatever you're adding.
The
That's
bonus is you're there. That's it. The
yeah.
bonus is that you
And
get
your
booked.
bonus, I know a lot of comics who made bonuses. You know, the bonus was the play money. You know, you went in to make,
Yeah.
you made your base money for your bills, but your bonus was your play money. So now
Right.
you're not making your play money, and you gotta, you got to move things around.
Yeah. Plus the whole merch thing is changing too.
That,
It's selling
yeah,
stuff after because people aren't exchanging cash anymore, and a lot of people don't want to exchange things after a show. I don't know how that's going to play out. So, which is great because I just loaded
it's
up on a case of download cards, so it's good.
I
Got a
thought
bunch
I
of them.
thought the same thing, man. I go, well, are you selling merch afterwards? And but it's just, man, everything for us, man. It's just really up in the air of how you. Now there's some clubs out there they're open now, but and I'm trying to actually get into them. Just to
Yeah.
get my feet. And that's my attitude is to get my feet wet. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to get right back into you. I've been waiting on open mic nights to open. I've been trying to
You should.
bombard.
One of the reasons I'm doing Zoom shows, I'll be honest with you, yeah, they're on the internet and they're weird, but they
Mhm.
make you run your act. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They make you do your
yeah.
jokes.
It
So,
makes you be on your game a bit,
yeah.
So you're
So,
right.
like,
Yeah.
I got one this week. I'll spend all day Saturday writing and put together some new stuff and maybe some old stuff and then do the show and just try to get fresh again. At least get the words coming out of my mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's for us. We know the words. It's the timing
Yeah, I know.
that we need to stay on stage to keep. It's the
Right.
timing that we always have to work. We know the words. You
Yeah.
guys are gonna laugh at the words. As long as we keep the timing, you guys will keep how it goes. So that's what I look forward to as far as the open mic part of it. It's just like hearing my Lenny. I actually bought a mic and a small amplifier just to hear my voice through
Oh,
the
did you?
mic,
That's great.
just to hear it through the speakers.
That's great.
Because I remember years ago. I heard that story of Michael Jackson and the Jacksons and Joe Jackson. He used to buy equipment, and when he used to rehearse in the house, he would hook everything up. So when they got in front of a live audience, the live audience hearing their voices didn't throw them off track. So he always had them hear their own
Oh,
voices.
he
So
had
I always
monitors in the
remember,
house.
yeah, I
Okay.
always
Yeah.
remembered that when he said that. I mean, it's just for
That's
some
smart.
strange reason that stuck with me. Hearing your own voice is when you finally hear it in front of people, it's not gonna shock you. It's just
Right.
that thing what Joe Jackson always said. It just always stuck with me. It's
Yeah.
strange. Yeah,
Well, that makes
I
sense.
can't.
That's why I wear the headphones so I can hear myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I was gonna get a monitor mic because I do the Zoom shows without it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a pain in the ass. I'll be honest with you. I prefer to hear my voice, even when I'm on stage doing a show. I prefer to have a monitor speaker on stage. I hate when there's not one.
Exactly.
It drives me
Yeah.
crazy. I'm like, also what I tend to do is I tend to over project when I don't hear if I don't hear my voice. I get
Yeah.
louder, and then I don't
Yeah.
need to be. You know what I mean? And then I get a headache, and I'm old, and it's bad for me.
Yeah, man. It's like people who don't understand that will truly not understand that
Right.
feedback need from that monitor so when you don't have that, it can throw when I have to speak louder than I do, I don't speak loud anyway. So, but when
Right.
I have to, it throws my timing completely off.
I bet because it's
Yeah.
a completely different delivery. I try to bring
Yeah.
it down constantly because I'm always coming in more than I need
Hmm.
to. Even during radio shows and in the beginning of doing this, I was doing a lot of yelling, and I'm like, I don't really need
Yeah.
to yell in my dining room. There's no reason
Right.
to be
And,
doing that.
and when I'm on the ship, I'm always speaking to the sound tech from the stage.
Right.
So it never fails. Yeah. Unless we on the second or third day and he kind of gets it, I got a guy who gets it, and as soon as I comes in, he presses the knobs and he knows where I need the levels I need to be. So, but yeah, it's a strange thing, the technical things that goes into things like this, and I truly miss it. My goodness, I miss it.
Yeah.
I missed it in April. I missed it, and my last show was March 8th or March the 7th. I'm sorry, and I missed it on March 15th because they were canceling. That's when they had to cancel another date. They canceled the next 2 dates, so I missed it on the 14th. I missed it, so yeah, it's been a while without the love of my life.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I forgot.
I could cheat on her and not have to explain it.
No, dude, I forgot how much I need that affirmation from strangers on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's why you've been doing it for 25, 30 years. So
I'm in the business of strangers.
Yeah,
and I miss them.
Yeah,
I truly miss them. And they are those strangers are so honest to us. You know what I mean? And why we miss them, because they are the ones who are completely honest to us. Yeah, that's why we miss them.
Yeah, that's true.
And no other reason why we miss them is because they're the only ones who are honest to us.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, Roman, this was great, man. I can't thank you enough for being here, man. This went perfect so far.
Indeed.
Only one weird fuck up. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't my fault, so I'm not blaming me. Dude's the best. Thank you for being here, man.
It'll be authentic going forward. So there we go.
Yeah, we'll see. Folks, that's Roman. Give it to him, Roman Murray. Give him a round of applause if you're at home, please. That's my good friend, Roman Murray. Man, I couldn't be happier with that show. Really, there was one goofy thing that happened. I don't know what it was. If you enjoyed the show, tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're here live on Facebook, and then afterwards the shows are uploaded to YouTube, and then they get on the podcast, and then there's so much stuff going on. Thank you guys for being here. If you enjoyed the show, tune in whenever you can. If for some reason you want to support the show, feel free. Look right there. You can support the show. Go to the Venmo there and throw some money at the Venmo. And Lenny, that money will go right toward the equipment for the show, everything I spend here at the show. You guys have been fantastic and great. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you on Friday. My guest Friday night at 6 o'clock will be Kim Millwalter will be here. And besides that, all the rest of you guys, thank you very much. Take care of yourselves. And as always, dream of Pinky.
Lenny Schmidts Quarantine Comedy is hosted and produced by, Lenny Schmidt, duh. If you enjoyed today's show, like the video on YouTube, give it a thumbs up or a way to go or whatever the most popular social media thing these kids today are doing. It goes a long way and it really helps us out. Check the description below for info on all today's guests, as well as the host. If you're a fan, you can follow them, like them, or even support them. Go to their site or page and hit their Venmo, PayPal, buy a shirt, an album, a download. Anything you will spend will literally help save the arts. Quarantine Comedy airs on Facebook Live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Each show is recorded, then uploaded to YouTube and released as a podcast the very next day. Also at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Everything's 6 p.m. We keep it simple. That's all we can handle. Thank you for listening to my dad's show, and as always, dream of Pinky.